live. Welcome to the deck. So, don't know if anybody else will be joining us or not, but we'll see. I have something though I want to show you that I was talking about earlier, and I bet I can't find it. Nope. Right here. Here we go. You ready? Now, you don't even have to make it. It's just it has to be a concept. Okay? Are you even there?
I'm right here.
Oh,
I was looking at it.
Oh.
I was looking at it. I was reading it.
I hit the wrong button.
And you took it out. What the fuck?
I hit the wrong button.
Why wouldn't I be here? I was literally reading it. Do you want me to read it out loud?
So, this whole idea started on Fear Fans.
Well, it's not on there. It's not up there. You got something else up here, but
this is what it was. This is what I had up there.
There it is. Now it's up there. All right. Write a short story horror flick for our Fear Fans podcast viewers and let them decide which concept has potential to be made into a movie. Just for fun. Hi, Kate. Give a title, your actors, story concept, ending, and moral of the story. Deadline is Halloween-y.
Yeah, well, see.
There, I'm here. Did you hear me read it?
Yes. Now, I noticed that this month. Okay, let me take this down now that you've read it. This month, that Halloween falls on a Thursday. So that means our last show for the deck will be a Halloween special. And I was suggesting, since we're covering a movie, maybe we should have that come over here for that Thursday, because we've got 2 hours and everybody can cover that, and we can kind of do a cross thing with Fear Fans or something. I mean, hell, can't be any. I mean, even if I was gonna make a movie or something like that, I couldn't do any worse than they did on VHS. Have you ever seen that movie?
VHS. I think I did a long time ago, but I don't recall what it was like.
Well, I can see why you wouldn't remember it. Okay, the film was even worse than the Blair Witch Project when it came to shakiness.
Yeah.
And the whole concept was they were out looking for a tape. They had to steal a tape, but they didn't know what was on it. They didn't know which one was the right one. So as they were watching these tapes, they were like, each one was a different story. I mean, it had a good concept overall, but the way they filmed some of that with that shaking was, some of the shaking was way too much and unnecessary. Yeah, it would be, wouldn't it? and we got 2 hours to do it for Halloween. This show is slated for 2 hours.
Well, yeah, if we put it together, right, it'll be fun.
It could be.
Yeah, you can have pretty much anybody join us. Yeah, right?
Well, I send for this I send the invites out so anybody from that's in the Fear Fans group chat can join. Anybody, I mean, Kate's got the invite; she could even join. Joe, Don, Nick, you know, we could end up having a full house. Oh, damn it! I had a bad day this morning.
Yeah, what happened?
I woke up and ever since I moved out here, I've had allergy problems. Right? I woke up and I went to take allergy pills and my other pills in the morning, and this is almost a full bottle of the allergy pills. They're little tiny. They're like little tiny pink pills. See? Okay. The whole bottle emptied out all over the floor by where I sit in my desk. I dropped the whole fucking open bottle. So I spent first part of my morning picking up little pink pills off the fucking floor. So that's how my morning started. You know, and I had to pick those up quick. You know, I couldn't leave them sit, wake up, smoke a cigarette, crack the can of soda so I could have my caffeine. No, I couldn't do that because I had to make sure to get those up off the floor before the before Joy came back in from outside. Because you know that's first. You know, I go to the bathroom and then I let Joy out. You know, and then she's usually out there about an hour on cool mornings like this. You know, and then she's got to come back in for a while. But man, it pissed me off because now that bottle's got pills and dog hair in it because of all the dog hair that's piled up in this corner. I tell you what, yeah, he says he's going to. He'll be ready soon. So then that movie we're covering the week of Halloween on Fear Fans, if I'm not mistaken, Don said Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. Have you ever looked at Shudder, Mark? Are you like Frozen? Hello? I think we lost Mark. Oh, it looks like we lost him. Wow, that sucks. Yep, we lost Mark. Well, that sucks. Hope he makes it back.
Not see me? I'm
Oh,
here.
I can hear you now too. Well, I could hear you before, but
What happened before?
it's like you went frozen, and I'm like, you. Well, I was
But
asking.
I was talking. Nobody answered. I'm over here waving my hands on my screen. I'm moving around.
I didn't see nothing. It looked like you were frozen. on my end,
No, I don't know.
and I
Don't
didn't
know
hear
then.
shit. Have you ever looked into Shutter?
I've only seen it. I haven't really looked into it, but I know of it.
Okay, I don't think you'll get in trouble for this because it's just
I don't know if you'd get in trouble for it or not either.
but
So,
but I can't believe some of the movies that they have. Okay, now I haven't paid for it yet or anything, so I can't watch any of them. But I mean, you've got some of these old movies. You've got, I think, all the VHS ones are on here.
hmm
You've got, look at that. You could have yourself a Friday the 13th marathon, right? But
so what does that cost you for Shutter?
but then they've got Rob Zombie's Halloween stuff down here, with all his bullshit. I don't like the remakes. I don't remember. I think it's even cheaper than Netflix in some cases.
Well, it depends. I mean, are you getting that stuff without commercials, or are they putting commercials on it?
I can't even watch the movies right now because I haven't made an actual account. I haven't paid for the subscription.
I see. So, what does it cost? Did you see what it cost?
Uh, if you pay by the year, it's 57.88 or it's 6.99 a month.
It's actually not bad.
And then if you pay by the year, it comes out to 4.82 a month. But they've got a lot of fucking movies on here, like classic movies, stuff
hmm
stuff that were like considered like B titles or B horror because they weren't, like Nightbreed. I remember when that came out. Nightbreed. I remember when that came
hmm
out. That was considered. What was that? That was part of our. It was like part of a membership deal we had with one of the distributors. So they'd
Let's see.
send
We
you a
got
couple of copies.
Hellbound, Hellraiser 2, Hellraiser.
Oh yeah, those were my favorite. The first
Those are
three.
lovely too. Where's the other ones?
I
Friday
don't know.
the 13th, part
I don't know
Friday
if
the
they're all
13th,
on here.
part 3, part 4.
Well, at least the first three should be on here for Hellraiser.
Yeah, all
Because
all the
anything
fucking
anything after three kind of sucked.
all the Friday 13ths are on there.
And then you got the Halloween, plus you got both
So okay, so hush
Rad
here.
Zombies
Is
and
this all it is? Is it just
it's
or
just
the
horror movies.
Shutter? It's just horror movies.
Horror movies and they have a series and Shutter TV. This is just the movies. I mean, you've got Candyman. I remember when Shocker came
Hmm.
out on VHS. Remember that one? That was a good movie.
Shocker. Hmm.
Shocker.
I do
It,
kind of remember that. Did they
it
have
wasn't like a
Hear No
box
Evil?
office hit, but when it came out
What
on
is it like?
VHS,
Hear No Evil or See No Evil or something like that? Got Kane from wrestling in it.
yeah, that was I forget which one. Yeah, that's something like that. Then they got the original Faces of Death, but none of the rest of them. Only the first one. Oh, there's another Nicolas Cage movie for you, Kate. Arcadian. You know, But I mean, look at some of these the box covers. I mean, they look really old. You know, look at that. All three Toxic Avengers, or four of them. I didn't even realize there was that many. You know, that's a lot of horror. I mean, and this is a lot of classic horror. And that's just the movies. Now you got series and podcasts here. Yeah. You know, if I could watch that kind of stuff a lot, I would probably. I'm still considering it because I got enough time during the day, and when Tanya's not here to watch that stuff. Did you freeze again? Hello. I think he froze again. Hi, Janet. Tom. Yeah, I don't know. I never saw that one, Kate. So I don't know what that is. Yep. Mark popped out again.
Moving around and all kinds of shit over here.
Yeah, but you look to me you froze again.
I don't know. Ask the peanut gallery if they still seen me moving around
Oh,
because I'm
there's
telling
Tom.
you,
Hey,
I've been in here and even whenever you said I froze and supposedly couldn't hear me, my mic down here
You
is
weren't even
indicating.
moving.
I'm just
You
saying my
froze.
mic down here is indicating
Yeah.
that I was talking and I
Even
was moving on my screen.
the fuck did I walk into?
even Kate says you kept freezing.
Well, then I don't know what's going on with it because I'm not. It's all on my side's doing fine. I'm actually able to do everything over here without any problems.
That
Yeah.
means he's Mr. Freeze.
So I don't know
Yeah.
what's going on with it.
That's
I don't
right,
know,
I'm
but
Mr.
like I
Freeze.
was saying, I really think I'm gonna look into that Shutter.
Oh, the streaming service.
And
Yeah.
I'm not sure I even like this new looks that you got us into here because it's kind of seems like it's screwing up every time.
That's only screwing you up every time.
Well,
And then I just get screwed up every time.
then I guess if it keeps it going, then it's just going to be you and not me.
Well, I don't know. We just all I know
I don't know what I
is
walked in to hear, people. I'm.
is
What?
right
I'm
now
just
it's
saying.
still cheaper than StreamYard.
Well, that's because StreamYard got a big got a big head and started charging people a lot of money.
Yeah, well, I mean, they do more advertising than the other services. For one, I mean, EV Mux comes up a lot in my Facebook, but that's probably just because I have the program. But StreamYard, or not the program, but the subscription. But StreamYard like put more money into not only their advertising campaigns, but then they do like live feeds every week. EV Mux does too, but they don't have as many followers. But StreamYard does like a live stream every week with the guys that own the company, the guys that started the company,
Yeah. Well,
and they talk to
they
the
got
people.
they do the same thing with Emux, but they haven't been doing it as much lately. And StreamYard, the other thing is they haven't really upgraded the service much.
No, no, not really,
They go and
because
raise the prices, and it's like we can't even get like here we've got what we're going out to 4 different places. We're going out to my Facebook page,
yeah,
PB3,
even
and
with the
two
free
channels.
subscription, you can go to 2 places with the free subscription. I mean, you could do more with EV Mux than you can with StreamYard. However, StreamYard is more mainstream. You know what I mean? So like more people know the name.
Yeah,
And even when you watch things like on the news and you see like multiple people, it used to be like what the hell is that? The Zoom chats and stuff like that. Now they either use EV Mux or StreamYard, and you can tell simply because of these name things right here,
yeah,
because they are distinct between the two. Like you can tell which one's which, even though you have different choices.
yeah. Well, the only thing I really miss on Streamyard is like when I go on Fear Fans,
Oh, you could share it to your
right? So I can share it
feed.
to my own feed, and they haven't got that option here yet.
I am Janet. Well, I was, and then I started talking about StreamYard, and I got all worked up. I was, here, I'll just.
Yeah, I think Mark froze again.
No, he didn't.
Oh, he's sleeping.
I didn't freeze. I'm sitting right here.
Yeah, but you're sitting so
I'm right
still.
here. Come
You weren't
on, look
even
at me.
moving.
Look at me. I'm right here. I'm Mr. Freeze. My name is Victor
What do you
Freeze.
want me to do? You want me to put a fucking whirlybird thing in the back here so it's all twirly, twirly, twirly on you?
Sure.
Or you could just start doing the funky chicken nonstop.
Yeah. There you go.
I don't know about you.
Yeah.
From the day you started this new service, I really didn't like it.
Yeah.
I
Well,
don't know why.
I
It's
find it.
just it doesn't seem like it works as well as StreamYard did. Yeah, I get
Well,
StreamYard up their prices, but I liked it a lot better.
and apparently StreamYard is having a lot of problems though with communicating with Facebook for some reason. Like not for everybody, but like up there, I've seen in the Things Network alone. I've seen a lot of people talking about how like they can't stream to this and they can't stream to that, and why is this happening all of a sudden and blah blah.
Yeah.
So I don't
I,
know
I
what's going on.
I've been seeing that a lot too.
And EV Mux, the last time me and Dom did a Dom and Tom's World, EV Mux dropped us off of BB3 on Facebook. Like it just stopped
Oh.
broadcasting. It was still broadcasting to Dom and Tom's World's Facebook. It was still broadcasting to BB3 on YouTube, but it just stopped it on Facebook for some reason. And that put a sour taste in his mouth for EV Mux. But it's like, well, now it's the cheaper of the two. So, would you rather just get your shit out there and stop crying about what's wrong with each one of the services?
Well,
You know,
at this point, I'm going where it's like cheaper on my pocketbook because I'm the
yeah.
one that pays the bill every month.
I just renewed my EV Mux for my last live stream because I mean Dom bought StreamYard, but I don't want to keep using his. I haven't really talked to him too much in the last
Yeah.
couple of weeks, and I don't want to keep using his and make him think that that's all I'm seeing him as, since we're not really talking much right now. I don't know.
Well,
It's just
Jeremy,
life.
what was it? Somebody in Things Network was like said something, and it was like renew your StreamYard, and they said no, and then they got a big discount for like
Oh
3 months or six
yeah,
months or some
what's her
shit.
name? I don't know her, but I saw her commenting in the chat because now I'm a big shit. I'm part of the Things Network chat. I'm popular. I don't even have my own show on there, and I'm in the chat. I haven't been brought on as somebody that can post to it, but I'm in the
Yeah.
chat.
Well, I haven't figured out how to bring Mark onto this so he can set up. That's the other problem I've been having.
Me and Dom could not. Well, all right. Let me rephrase that. I could not figure it out for Dom because the first time we had this, Dom said, "Here's my credit card. Buy a month, and we'll do this." And I was like, "All right." So we did it, and I could not figure out how to add him on. I was the only one that was able to broadcast to it, and that was another thing that put a sour taste in his mouth. He's like, I'm paying for this shit, and I can't even use it. I'm like, well,
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you. You told me to set it up. If you set it up, you'd be able to use it.
Yeah, I think somebody said something about
What's up, Bob?
they have to use the email that you send to them, and they have to make a free account first, and then you send the invite or some shit like that. I was reading that in Things Network chat too.
Oh, yeah. Kate said she liked the one that I used last time, which is the same program. It's EV Mux. You can add widgets into the thing, as they call it, and that was the chat widget that I added in there. I only started doing that though because in the replays of my live feeds, it wasn't playing the comments, even though I checked the box to say real time comments. It wasn't showing up, so I just put the
No.
chat in the video itself, and then that way everybody can see it.
Yeah, I haven't figured out how to do that yet. I'll do it
Eh,
today.
it's not hard. It's all about making those pro scenes that they have on the left. You got to set it up beforehand because it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the Halloween falls on Thursday this year.
Yeah,
So, this show is 2 hours long. So that thing that Kate posted, like make your own horror flick or idea or something, and then did you get that thing? It was in like the Fear Fans chat.
I'd have to look back. Between the Things Network chat and the Fear Fans chat and the Golfit chat and the other ones that I'm in, it's just like in the last week or so, they've all been extremely active, so it's hard to keep up on them all.
Yeah, I'll show it to you. I'll show it. I showed it to Mark earlier.
You're gonna show me? Oh, let's see, yeah,
And
just
then,
for fun.
right, just for fun, right? And we were going to do this on Fear Fans, but it's like, Fear Fans ain't going to have enough time to do all of that, go through everybody's little bit. So we could make that our Halloween special.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't think I'll be doing much anything. I usually on Halloween I take a walk around the neighborhood just to look at the costumes and stuff, but
Well, back when I lived in Madison, Halloween was a big thing.
it used to be here too. But now they bring in kids from other neighborhoods in these big like van bus things, and then they let them go and they just go around our neighborhood. It's like, you know what? Go back to your neighborhood and trick or treat.
Yeah, and see, we don't get kids out here. So I never, and when I was in Madison, well, my brother had a house, Mark had a house, we'd do the haunted house thing,
Yeah.
so it was a big event and stuff. And out here, I was going to do it out here and set up my yard and do a few things here. The first year I was out here, no fucking kids out here, so why bother?
Well, there used to be a lot more kids around here than there is. I mean, right now there's more kids than there have been in previous years. We've had different people move on the street and stuff, but when I was a kid, man, there was groups of kids all around here. I mean, it was crazy. Like if you were handing out Halloween candy, you would have to like if you got like a big salad bowl or whatever, like not salad bowl, but like a big serving bowl full of candy, you'd have to fill that up like 3, 4, 5 times.
Oh yeah, shit yeah. I mean, and we went and when I was a kid.
Yeah, he's okay. He's pretending to be frozen again just so that Joe will say something.
Uh, no, I think he might be frozen again.
Oh, he might be.
Yep.
Oh. I thought I saw him breathe, and I thought he was just playing like frozen. Like,
Yeah. So anyway, when I was a kid, I lived in low income housing. So my dad used to pick us up. That was the one time that he was always consistent of picking us up.
right?
So he'd pick us up, and he'd take us to my grandma's house. And my grandma's house, she was like on the west side, so it was like very rich neighborhoods. So we'd go over there, and my dad'd sit at the bar, and we'd just run that whole neighborhood, and end up with a shit ton of candy. You know,
I hear you guys just fine on my end over here. I sit here and you tell me I freeze up. I can hear myself. My fucking mic says I'm talking. I move. It moves on my screen, but obviously you guys don't hear me.
No, it did free. Like I literally thought you were just fucking around with him, like trying to mess with
Nope.
him. Like you're like,
Nope. I think I have the shittiest fucking internet in the world because I've got Spectrum out here and it goes in and out every fucking month. I lose it. Every month I lose it like clockwork.
well, I think it's just your area, and they need to update it completely.
No,
your
I think we need to
area.
get a. I think we need to get a cell tower in here that gives me 5G in this fucking area because we're in a little valley, and we're like have nothing like that. But if we had 5G cell tower, Spectrum would be a thing of the
Oh,
past for me
there
because I would
was,
go with somebody
there
else.
is one that's offering. What is that? What was that one? There's an internet company that's offering something that was like the T lines back in the day. You know, when it
I don't
was
know.
DSL and stuff. Oh, what the hell was that? I saw it recently on TV. It was like TDS Mobile or one of those ones. They got it's higher than the 5G and all of that. It's like a really solid connection. And I never did get around to looking it up. But I can do that. I got it set up. But I think your internet sucks out there.
Yep,
I bet,
I
I,
know my internet sucks out here.
I bet if I was in town and not on the internet that I'm here, but had Spectrum and I was paying for it, I bet I'd have issues too.
Possibly.
Could be.
Well, the only reason I think I don't is because when they installed it out here, they installed a bunch of brand new lines out on CW and in the court. Just they on the ones out on CW got replaced a year or two after we moved in, and all the ones in the court were replaced before we got here. And they're on a huge business account, you know. So our internet goes through a business account. So and it probably takes priority over the residential.
Yeah.
So that's why I never have problems.
Well, that's good for you.
Well,
Well, I didn't in Madison either. Well, yeah, I did. When I was living in those apartments, I was having problems in Madison too. But that was like usually, you know, it was always about the same time, right around midnight. Every night, my cable would go out, my internet would go out, I'd have no phone service because they figured, well, this is off hours, so we're going to do maintenance in this area, you know, on
Mhm.
the lines, you know, which is like test the lines and everything, shut it all down.
uh, so Kate sent me a link. There's a horror movie quiz thing.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
You could send it to Joe. He's in control of this.
Well, you could put it up here.
Oh, I could. There's a, of course.
It's the right time for that. I mean, I watched a couple of classics on cable that I haven't seen in a long time. Motel Hell and Pumpkinhead.
She said the answers to all of them are at the end, so you should make notes if you decide to play. I don't know if I want to make
I don't like to make notes.
notes. No. I don't know about this one. But you give the answers as they go along. That's the way quizzes work, man.
Yeah. Yeah. They give you like 30 seconds to answer.
I mean, it's not your fault, Kate, by any means. No. She said, well, I'll give you the answers then. Yeah,
Well-
but see, you're on a delay from the time that there's like a minute delay between what we see and what you see.
Well, between us all, we might be able to answer them anyways.
Well, probably.
Is this something you made, Kate? Is this
No,
something
it's
you
a
made?
YouTube. It's a YouTube video.
Or she could have made it and uploaded it to YouTube. You never know.
Yeah. Real quick while we were on here. Well. Well. All right. Let's see.
Chucky.
Yeah. Oh, cool. All right. And then I can hit play.
Ultimate horror movie quiz. 25 questions in total. With most questions, you'll get about 10 seconds to answer. If I'm looking for multiple answers, you'll get a bit longer. And if you need even longer than that, simply pause the video.
I guess you guys can hear that.
And as suggested by a couple of my viewers, the answers are going to be at the end of the video. That way, if there's a question and the answer's at the back of your head but you can't quite get it, at least you've got till the end of the video to work it out. So here we go, enjoy. Question 1. In what movie did Annabelle the doll first appear?
I forget the name of that. It's not Annabelle.
Shit, I forgot what that
Question 2. Which of these movies does not feature a killer clown? Is it It, Terrified, Mockingbird, or Poltergeist?
Mockingbird. Because Poltergeist does have a clown
was.
doll.
Oh, that's right, that doll. That doll in the little boy's room.
Question 3. How many days after watching the tape in The Ring do you die?
7 days.
We just did that one for Fear Fans, didn't we?
Not sure.
Question 4. In which 2 horror films would you hear the line, "We all go a little mad sometimes"?
Oh,
You'll get a point for each correct answer.
wow. That's what I thought, Kate. Man, I can't think of either one of them. And I can picture it too. That's the hard part.
Question 5. Who is the villain in the original Friday the 13th movie?
Jason's mom. What's her
Yeah,
name?
it was his mom.
I forget what her first name was, but it's Mrs. Voorhees.
Jesus Christ, you don't know the rules?
Have an aneurysm, why don't you?
There are certain rules that one must abide by in order to successfully survive a horror movie.
Question 6. According to Scream, there are certain rules that one must abide by in order to successfully survive a horror movie. Name the 4 rules, and you'll get a point for each correct answer.
Never say "I'll be right back." Don't have sex. I forget the other 2.
I haven't watched any of those.
That was the original one there.
I haven't watched any of the Scream movies.
They're not bad. The first one was pretty good. Yeah, Kate, wait till the end.
Question 7. How long is all crime legal for in The Purge?
24 hours.
Question 8. Who did Captain Elliot Spencer later become?
I
Was
don't
it Jigsaw, Pinhead, Freddy Krueger, or Leatherface?
Well, I guess Pinhead. Because I do
Yeah.
remember he was in the military.
Yeah, I think I was gonna say Pinhead.
When Carrie goes on stage after being voted prom queen, bullies, they douse her with the blood of what
Pig.
animal?
Pigs.
Pig blood.
That's right.
John Travolta was in that movie.
He sure was. And so was the lady from RoboCop.
Well, that was Carrie was Sissy Spacek.
What's that?
Carrie was Sissy Spacek.
Oh, yeah, obviously. You had Sissy Spacek, John Travolta, the chick that was in RoboCop that played his partner. She played John Travolta's girlfriend. And then there was another chick in that who was in like a lot of horror movies in the 80s. I don't know her name, but...
Question 10. In The Shining, what is the significance of red rum?
It's murder backwards.
Red
Yeah, I
rum.
was gonna say red rum, red rum. I love
Red
that
rum.
part of that movie. Red rum, red rum.
Question 11. How many versions of The Thing are there?
The movie? I think there's only two. One with Kurt Russell, and then they did a remake.
Yeah.
Question 12. Whose game leaves Carla chained to the bedposts?
I have no idea. That's something newer.
What is the first creature that Jay sees in It Follows? Is it old woman, naked woman, young boy, or tall man?
Why can't it be a naked, tall boy?
Which of these movies is not based on a Stephen King novel? Is it Misery, Pet Sematary, The Others, or The Mist?
The Others?
Well, I know Misery and Pet Sematary are based on Stephen King now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would say The Mist.
15. What classic horror movie features a serial killer in a spray-painted William Shatner mask?
It's not Halloween, I swear to God.
What kind of supernatural being does Chloe Grace Moretz play in Let Me In?
I wouldn't. I've never seen. But it looks like she has a mustache.
Vampire.
17. In the classic movie Poltergeist, what grabs Robbie through his bedroom window?
The tree.
A tree.
Scary looking tree.
Big, ugly, old looking tree.
Yep.
Very creepy looking.
Okay, let's get down to business. The way I see it, someone's out to make a sequel. You know, cash in on all the movie murder hoopla. So it's our job to observe the rules of the sequel. Number 1.
18. According to Scream 2, what are the 3 rules of a sequel? And once again, you will get a point for each correct answer.
They were different too, so I don't remember.
Like I said, I've never seen the Scream. Yeah. Any of them. And we gotta watch 4 for Tuesday.
Oh, really?
19. Finish this line. All work and no play.
Makes Jack a dull boy.
The Shining.
Yep. All work and no play make Homer something.
With just a few questions left, please let me take this opportunity to very quickly say, if you are enjoying the quiz and would like to see more like it, plus a lot more horror content, please do subscribe to the channel, click that bell button, the like button, comment below. All these things, they help a small channel like mine slowly grow into a bigger channel, and it means more than you know, it really does. 20. Who is Laurie Strode's brother?
Well,
Michael Myers.
wasn't he like a half brother or something?
but still.
Yeah.
She was adopted. Stroll wasn't her real name.
21. Dr. Hannibal Lecter, an imprisoned cannibalistic serial killer, he helps the FBI track down which fictional criminal in
Buffalo
Silence
Bill.
of the Lambs?
Buffalo Bill. Buffalo Bill.
Yeah.
Would you fuck me? I'd fuck.
Puts the lotion on the skin.
Well, hello, Clarice. So nice to see you.
22. What was the first horror film to be nominated for Best Picture at the Oscars? Was it The Exorcist, Psycho,
Psycho.
The Silence of the Lambs, or The Shining?
Easy, Psycho. Gotta be. Gotta be.
Psycho.
'23. Which of these horror films has never been given a remake? Is it Cannibal Holocaust, The Entity, I Spit on Your Grave, or House of Wax?
I'll say Cannibal
Cannibal
Holocaust.
Holocaust.
Because I've seen a sequel to I Spit on Your Grave and House of Wax.
Yeah.
Ah.
24.
Thank
Everyone
God.
knows the original killer in the Saw series is Jigsaw. But what is his real name?
Wait, the character's name or the actor's name? Either way, I don't know.
And your final question, 25, which can also be used as a tiebreaker. How many people associated with The Exorcist died during production? Which is creepy stuff.
One.
I'm gonna say 2.
So let's do those answers. If you've taken part with family members or friends, switch your papers around if you want to, if you don't trust each other. But here we go. Number 1 was, in what movie did Annabelle the doll first appear? It was The Conjuring. Question 2, which of these movies does not feature a killer clown? It, Terrified, Mockingbird, or Poltergeist? It was Mockingbird.
Process of elimination.
3, how many days after watching the tape in The Ring do you die? The answer is 7.
Yeah.
Question 4, in which 2 horror films would you hear the quote, "We all go a little mad sometimes"? Get a point if you got Psycho or Scream. Question 5, who was the villain in the original Friday the 13th? It was not Jason Voorhees. It was his mother,
You only
Pamela.
saw Jason at the end.
Question 6, according to Scream, what are the rules to successfully survive a horror film? Give yourself a point if you got
I got 2
never have
points there.
sex,
Yeah,
never
2 of
drink,
Yep.
never do drugs, or never say I'll be right back. 7, how long is all crime legal for during the
12. I
purge?
thought
It
it was
is
24.
12 hours. 8,
said
who did
24.
Captain Elliot Spencer become? It
Pinhead.
was Pinhead,
All right.
or Pinface, as I said to my friends, and haven't lived it down since. Question 9, in Carrie, when she goes on stage after being voted prom queen, bullies, they douse her with the blood of what animal? It is a pig. 11, in The Shining, what is the significance of red rum? Red rum is murder, spelled backwards.
Hello, Mrs. Charles.
11, how many versions of The Thing are there? There's 3.
3.
In 1951, 1982,
I didn't know
and
that
2011.
81, 82
12,
were
whose game leaves Carla chained to bedposts? It is Gerald.
Okay.
Nice little gem on Netflix, that one. 13, what is the first creature Jay sees in It Follows? It is a naked woman. 14, which of these horror movies is not based on a Stephen King
think that's
story?
what I
The
said.
answer is The Others. 15, what classic horror movie features a serial killer in a spray-painted William Shatner mask? It is Halloween. 16, what kind of supernatural being does Chloe Grace
You were right.
Moretz play in Let Me In?
Right.
She is a vampire. 17, in Poltergeist, what grabs Robbie through his bedroom window? It was a tree. 18, according to Scream 2, what were the rules of a sequel? Number 1, give yourself a point for each one. The body count is always bigger. Number 2, the death scenes are more elaborate. More blood, more gore. And 3, now here's the thing, the third rule is not explained in the final cut, although in the teaser trailer they do say never ever, under any circumstances, assume the killer is dead. So if you got either of those, that the third rule wasn't given, or that never assume the killer is dead, have a point. 19, finish the quote, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. 20, who is Laurie Strode's brother? It is Michael Myers. 21, Dr. Hannibal Lecter, he helps the FBI track down which fictional criminal in Silence of the Lambs? The answer is Buffalo Bill. 22, what was the first horror film nominated for a Best Picture Oscar? It was The Exorcist, which actually earned 10 Oscar nominations in 1974, including a Best Supporting Actress nod for Linda Blair, who was just 15 at the time. Of course, I knew that at the top of my head. It's not in my notes. 23. Which of these horror movies has never seen a remake? The answer is The Entity. 24. What is the real name of Jigsaw? It is John Kramer. And 25, which can also be used as a tiebreaker, how many people associated with The Exorcist actually died during production? The answer is 9, which is very, very eerie. During production. I'm going to have to do a video on that. To be continued. Anyway, how did you do in the quiz? Let me know in the comments below. Chances are there will be a...
Chances are we're going to end that. And this whole time, Mark has been frozen.
So there was 9 people that died during the filming of The Exorcist?
That's more people than what died during all 3 poltergeists. I don't think it was 9.
Wow. Well, the only one that died during the filming of Poltergeist was a little girl.
Oh, no. No. The sister from the first one died. Well, the little lady died. The medium. The Indian died. The mother the mother from the first one that died, or the second one that died. I think it was the second one. Like the grandmother.
Yeah, but did that happen during the filming of any of them, or?
I think it did,
because the Exorcist thing happened during filming and production.
Well, production is also editing.
You know, I mean, and that little girl in the Poltergeist, from what I read about her,
she died in pneumonia.
She could have been saved if they would have caught it early enough.
Yeah,
and been more attentive to her pain and her needs, and actually taken her to a hospital to be checked out.
Yeah, she passed from a pneumonia. I remember that. It was creepy watching the third one, knowing that like halfway through it, it's not even hers.
It was actually, it was more complicated than that. Polter. I gotta look it up now.
Carol Ann, don't go into the light.
Oh, damn ads! All right.
Yeah, Kate, it was good. I liked it.
Her cause of death later being ruled as congenital stenosis of the intestine complicated by septic shock.
Well, and the sepsis probably.
And she had
from.
On February 1st, 1988, O'Rourke died following 2 cardiac arrests. Her cause of death later being ruled as congenital stenosis of the intestine complicated by septic shock. Mm-hmm. She was only 12 years old.
Yeah.
That's sad.
Yeah, it is.
She didn't even get a childhood, really. You know, considering she was an actress, you know, and probably didn't get to go out and play or go to public schools or anything like that. But see, she was complaining of a tummy ache. while they were filming it. I remember the story because when that movie came out, when did that movie came out? Now I have to look that up. Yeah, 1982. I was already a teenager. You know,
I was 7.
when they came out in 1982, I was like uh, 15.
Hmm.
So I remember it was all over the news. We only had like three networks, or cable wasn't that big yet. So you didn't have a lot of channels, but it was all over the fucking news. And when she passed away, I was like, God, that could have been prevented. She was like complaining of a tummy ache
Yeah.
why they were filming it, and because she was just a kid. Oh, you ate too much candy, or they'd chalk it up to
Yeah.
something that it wasn't, without taking her in to be checked out. You know, just sad. I mean, but yeah, that movie was one of those ones that, out of all the horror films, there's a few of them, but that one in particular, yeah, it made it impossible to like eat chicken for a few days.
Yeah.
And then I could never eat rice, because every time I think of rice, I think of maggots because of that movie.
You didn't want to look at yourself in the mirror for too long.
Right. That was one that kind of freaked me out a bit.
It's-
And then I always have a problem with the scenes with the, like, season of the witch, for example.
oh
Uh,
God, I
all
don't
the
look forward to
insects,
doing that.
all the insects coming out of the mouth after the mask melts.
I I I have my opinions about that, and I think you mentioned it that it could have been a movie on its own, and it should have been.
Yeah,
And
well,
I
yeah, it should.
understand. I understand what they were going to do. They were going to try to do different stories every so many
But
movies and stuff,
but
and I
after
get
the
that.
first two, everybody wanted the Michael Myers and
Yes,
that story to
you just
continue.
just keep with that, and you should have done a different series and not called it Halloween. I mean, the movie itself isn't bad, but I
Well, they
just
could
hate
have called
it
it
as
like,
Halloween.
well, if they wanted to call it Halloween, they could have like and made it like call it like Halloween the series, and or so that that it's like a series of stories, and then this
Yeah,
one's season of the witch, and then they could have went on from there.
but at the very least, at the very end of the movie, you know what I mean? Like they could have like shown the town and then like backed the camera up a little bit and then up on a hill somewhere there was Michael Myers and then it ended and then it would have made it that much better. Just 2 more
Yeah,
seconds of footage.
it would have made it. Yeah, that way it would have tied in with the rest of them.
Yes. And then that would make me happy. The fact that it has absolutely nothing to do with the 2 movies
Yeah,
before or any of the movies after bothers the fuck out of me.
yeah, it does. It bothers me too, because it was a definite standalone work. I mean, it was a great movie. Don't get me wrong, but it
Yeah.
had nothing to do with the series.
No, not at all. That was like when
You
they came
know,
out with Friday the 13th, the series. Was a good show, but it had absolutely nothing to
nothing
do
to do
with
with
Jason Voorhees.
Jason, right? Yeah, they were hunting down artifacts that were cursed.
Yeah, and it was a great show, but they should
Oh
not have
yeah,
called
I
it
loved
Friday the
it.
13th, the series.
But yeah, I kept saying that same thing.
It started not that long after they had a Nightmare on Elm Street series back in the 80s or late 80s, and it was called like Freddy's Nightmares or something like that.
Did they really have a Friday? Did they really have a Nightmare on Elm
They
Street
did,
series?
and it was hosted by Freddy Krueger, but it was kind of like how like Elvira would host movies. Like you'd see her once in a while, but then the movie goes on and continues. So it's like
Right,
kind of or Sven Gulli, something like that. Um,
right.
and so he would have these things. Sometimes he would make appearances in the stories, but most times it wasn't anything to do with Freddy. Or it
Well,
was like
a lot of that came out because started coming out those series and stuff. Because when Creepshow came out, shortly thereafter, they started doing the Tales of the Crypt series.
Yeah.
And that with the Crypt Keeper and stuff, that thing was a big hit for a long time.
Hello, boys and girls.
So it's like, well, let's make some more horror series and stuff like this. No, you got to have original ideas. You can't copy from, take the idea from movies and turn that stuff irritates me.
Yeah. No, I don't.
Make a movie and turn it into TV series or vice versa. Sometimes though the TV series getting turned into movie, sometimes it works.
And sometimes even Saturday Night Live skits get turned into movies.
Well, yeah, and they do. I mean,
Hey,
you've
Wayne's
got
World.
Wayne's
You know,
World.
you got
There wasn't
Blades of
that
Roxbury.
one Turtle?
Oh,
Uh,
well,
didn't he do that character on there first, or did he
he
not?
might have but
Because
they
he was
just
doing all kinds of things. It was hard to keep track of it
that
because he
was
did Church Lady too. Oh, isn't that special?
Master of Disguise.
Yeah, Master of Disguise.
Am I not
You know,
turtly enough for the Turtle Club?
I mean, some of that stuff. Okay, I can understand them doing, but see, those people back then that did some of that stuff, you know, like Bob and Doug McKenzie. You Strange Brew,
Yeah,
that whole Strange Brew was based on a skit that was done on
SCTV.
SCTV, the
Yep,
Canadian version of Saturday Night Live. And back then those comics were
that's where
fucking
Spuds
geniuses.
McKenzie came from.
Those guys were genius,
Yeah, Dave
back then.
Thomas and Rick Moranis.
Yeah,
Only reason why I
yeah,
remember Dave Thomas's name is because that's the same name as the guy that used to own Wendy's, but he's dead now. But
yeah. Now his daughter
Wendy,
was a mascot, and
Wendy Thomas
and
owns it.
and there's subliminal messaging in the advertisement.
Mom,
Yeah, right below her on her neckline.
like her collar line, it says mom.
Right.
Yeah. Yep.
I
I've seen
never
all
knew
that.
that. I never knew that. I found that out one day, and I'm like, wow.
There's a lot of little things in even like logos like that, like Amazon. There is an arrow that goes below, like it's the smile. It goes from the A to the Z of the word Amazon to show that they have everything on their site from
From
A
A
to
to
Z.
Z.
Like
Wow.
stupid little things like that. Like the Toyota symbol. It's got every letter of the word Toyota in it. Like if you look at it, there's a T, O, a Y, and like I mean, it's crazy. The thought that goes into these things that people don't even think about. It's like you guys are overdoing your job. There is a part two if you guys once.
Okay, we want.
All right. Well, if we're gonna once, I got to get another beer because
Okay, you get another beer.
I have nothing but empty beer bottles around me, and I'm not to say that there's a lot of them. There's a decent amount, but I need to get another one.
You gonna send it to Tom, or you gonna send it to me, Kate? Where's part two? Yeah, now we hang out with Tom Shearer. He went to get another beer. He might have got lost. We're waiting for a part two of this thing, though, from Kate. She might have sent it to Tom. So Either way, it looks like we might have to wait. Mark froze up and disappeared, and who knows where he is. I'm surprised the phone hasn't rang yet. There we go.
Welcome to the Ultimate Horror Movie Quiz.
Oh, I heard it.
Yep, part 2.
Oh, Kate sent it to you. All right, cool. Oh, the Fear Fans group. I see.
You go look here.
Is part 2. In part 1,
I need a
you left
Chucky
your
doll.
feedback and I've taken it on board. So there's going to be a few more questions, 30 in total, and you'll get a bit longer to answer each question, giving you 20 seconds. If you need even longer than that, simply pause
the video. Yeah.
And for the answers, I will be giving them at the end. So let's not waste time. Let's get on with the quiz. Question
You've wasted enough time.
In which horror film would you hear the iconic line,
Duh. Poltergeist.
Poltergeist.
They're here.
Or they're back, because she
Who's
did
here,
that.
honey?
The TV people.
In the second one, she said they're back.
Yep. They're back.
I liked watching that.
In Friday the 13th, Jason Voorhees, he terrorizes campers around which
Camp Crystal Lake.
Oh, I couldn't hear it. I'm getting the audio from your microphone.
Well, you could read
Yeah.
if you don't hear it.
Yeah.
It got too loud on my end.
Question 3. What happens to Nancy's mother in the final moment?
She gets pulled through the window of the door.
I forgot. It's been a long time.
Yeah, she says goodbye to them as they're leaving, and he reaches out the window of the door and pulls her in. It's a tiny window.
I haven't seen that one in quite a while.
Question 4. In The Strangers, the killers are asked, "Why are you doing this?" What was their response? Is it because you were home? Because it's fun? Because it's something to do? Or because Satan told us to?
Because you were home?
I've never seen it.
I did, but I don't remember.
Does it something to do? I don't know. I'm just... You know, another thing that would be fun, you ever... I'm going to pause this a second.
Yeah.
Because it just hit me. Is I was trying to explain this once to Mark, and he doesn't get it. But I've seen it, you know. You show a picture of an item from like way back when.
Yeah.
All right. Something that not everybody might know, you know, that you might find in your grandma's kitchen or something, you know. And you go,
Old wooden
okay,
spoon and fork that are hanging on the wall.
right. And you say, what is this? And only wrong answers. You know, don't give a correct answer. You got to give wrong answers, and some of those answers come for some of that shit could be funny.
Could be.
Question 5. Kevin Bacon plays Val McKee in which 1990 movie?
Oh my God, the one where he can see the girl ghost. Stir of Echoes.
Okay.
Took me a minute, but I got it. I love that movie. It's actually.
I didn't see that one either, but the only one I could think of was Tremors that he was in.
Yeah, that was good too.
6. In the movie The Ring, what does Sadako, I hope I'm saying that right, what does she emerge from before climbing out the telly?
The well.
That was a good movie.
Yeah. The sequel, not so much. But that's usually the case.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's the case for most sequels, but...
Yeah, especially horror sequels.
That VHS one, really
paranormal activity,
kind of.
what relevant object is captured on video catching fire? Is it a crucifix,
Ouija board.
Ouija board, television, or Bible?
I'm guessing. I did see the movie, but it's been a long time.
A Bible.
I want to say a Ouija board because I think they were using one.
I didn't watch that one either. Like I said, I don't get to watch many horror movies because when the wife's home, I don't watch them because she hates the horror movie.
Question 8. Which film from 1987 stars Jack Nicholson,
Oh,
Cher,
Witches of Eastwick.
yes.
and Michelle Pfeiffer as
Also a great movie.
Yes.
Powers?
Witches of Eastwick. I can picture the cover.
Yep. That was a great movie. I like that.
I did too.
Question 9. How does Danny trick Jack in the snowy hedge-maze pursuit?
Oh. Oh, he backtracks his footprints in the snow, and then goes another way. Hello, Mrs. Torrance.
Question 10. Which horror icon has the highest body count out of Chucky, Freddy Krueger, Michael Myers,
Jason.
or Heath?
Jason, gotta be. Michael Myers was more focused on certain people. Jason was whoever.
Jason. Yeah, it's either Jason or Chucky.
It's gotta be Jason.
But I think it's Jason too because Chucky's a little focused on the boy.
Yeah, and Jason just killed whoever got in his way.
He just.
Now, for the next 5 questions, can you guess the horror films from a single screenshot? Starting with number 11. So, what is this film from the single screenshot?
This Is Us?
Fucking clue.
No, it's not This Is Us. It's I think it's the same director. That movie where they had to be quiet. I don't remember what it's called.
I remember the scene, but I can't. I've seen this film, but I can't. It's not.
It's the movie where they can't make any sounds or anything because the creature would find them that way, and I can't think of what the hell it's called. Yeah, I don't know that one.
That's a very old movie, whatever it is.
Or it's made to look old.
Magic. That would be funny if that's what it was.
Evil Dead 2, actually. Evil Dead 2, if we're talking real.
The quiet ones.
The quiet ones, yeah. That's what that's called. But that's definitely Evil Dead 2. I know my Ash Williams / Bruce Campbell stuff.
Definitely a face you would not want to meet in you.
Oh, Body Snatchers. Attack of the Body Snatchers. Which was a remake as well. We can see what you're doing.
Sorry. My messenger, I hear the noise, and I got that like
That was
OCD
Chris.
thing. I got to check it out all the time.
What is the name of the pop-up storybook in the Babadook?
I ain't got a fucking clue.
I did watch some of that.
I didn't watch that.
It's okay. I don't like newer horror movies. I don't know. They don't have the same fascination for me.
No, they don't.
That's Chris again.
17. Yeah. What is the name of the film featured in Scream 2, which is based upon the murders in Scream?
Um, I forget.
What is
18. In which movie would you meet a zombie called Bub?
Um, Return of the Living Dead. First one and the second one.
I haven't watched a lot of horror movies in such a long time.
Or that might be Night of the Living Dead, the original. Actually,
Question 19. How does Hannah's dad become infected in 28 days later?
I don't know. He was bit. He had sex with a zombie. He. That's what it is. He did anal with a zombie, and he got infected.
Doctor can't fix that kind of infection, though.
No. Well, I know that music.
There's 10 questions left. So let me very quickly take this opportunity to say if you are enjoying this quiz and would like
Oh,
to
please subscribe and like the video and hit the bell and blah 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 blah. All you YouTubers are the same.
Subscribe, bell button, commenting below, all these things.
Yeah,
On a
make
small
sure
channel
you
like mine,
right there's the
slowly
link,
grow
and then
into a big
it's
one.
tomsworld.com or
That's right.
whatever.
So question 20. What is the name of Leatherface's family? Is it Sawyer, Hooper,
Henkel.
Henkel, or Klein?
I think it's
Henkel.
Henkel. Yeah.
I think so.
But the music is Nightmare on Elm Street.
Hooper was only there to throw you off because that was Burt Reynolds' movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Question 21. Who directed
Alfred Hitchcock.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, thank you.
Good
It was right on the tip of my tongue.
Tonight we are talking about birds.
I used to watch Alfred Hitchcock every week. He was on TV like once a week on Sundays.
22. Which of these is not a George A. Romero film? Is it Dawn of the Dead,
I don't
Return
know.
of the Living
It could be either one of the two on the end.
or Bruiser?
Well, I'm gonna guess Bruiser.
Yeah. Because for some reason I think Bruiser is newer and George Romero's been dead for a little bit. So, but it could be the Crazies. I don't know. Definitely not the first two.
In what film were two Americans told by the locals in The Slaughtered Lamb to stay on the road?
American Werewolf in London.
London.
That's the bar I want to go to. It still exists.
Does it really?
It's not called the Slaughtered Lamb, though, but it does exist. And you can go in there and hang out and have a beer. And I want to do that.
Question 24. Which Oscar-winning actor played a cross-dressing killer in the movie Dressed to Kill?
I have no idea.
Oh, fuck. I'm
Samuel L. Jackson.
I know this one, I just can't remember. It's been a while since I saw the movie Dressed to Kill, too.
Question 25. Which movie has the tagline, "We dare you to say his name 5 times"?
Candyman.
Candyman.
We all did this.
Candyman.
Yep.
Candyman.
The Candyman can.
Sammy Davis Jr.
He makes the world taste good.
Question 26. What is the name of the motel
Bates.
in the movie
Yeah.
Cyber?
Bates Motel.
Yep.
That was another one they turned into a series. For
Yeah.
TV. And that's what it was called, Bates Motel. The series was called The Bates Motel and it sucked. I didn't like any of those series based off any horror movie.
27. How many people died in the movie The Babadook?
I have no idea.
So, I can't help it.
11, 12.
6. I don't know.
See, I didn't even like that Chucky series either.
I didn't watch it.
I tried.
28. Which of these horror movies did John Carpenter not direct?
Christine.
Friday the 13th, The Fog, or Halloween?
Christine. He couldn't have had anything to do with that. That was no. I know he directed The Fog.
Friday the 13th.
He might have. It had a John Carpenter feel.
29. Which insect-themed monster did Jeff Goldblum
The Fly.
Fly.
1986 movie?
Ah, that's Jeff Goldblum.
Regina Davis.
Yes, Jeff Goldblum. Ah, look at my nipple. You see it? You want to pinch it, don't you? I know.
And your final question, number 30, it can also be used as a tiebreaker question. How many millions of books has Stephen King sold worldwide?
I have no idea.
10 million. 20.
369 million.
Yeah. 666 million.
There you go. Now we're going to find out our answers.
Red drop.
Sorry. Sorry, Kate.
We'll do the answers in a sec. I'll give you a quick moment if you would like to switch your papers with someone else in your household. And let me just quickly say as well, if you would like to do part 1 of this quiz, and there's loads of other quizzes on the channel as well, please do subscribe and check those out.
That house doesn't even look like that anymore.
No.
They changed those two windows to like square windows.
Yeah.
2. In 1980's Friday the 13th, hockey mask wearing, machete wielding Jason Voorhees, he terrorizes the campers around Reach Lake. It was Crystal Lake. 3.
Yep.
What happens to Nancy's mother in the final moment of
He gets
a
pulled through
nightmare?
the window of the door.
She is pulled through the door. Number 4, in The Strangers, the killers are asked, why are you doing this? What was the
I was right.
Because you were home.
Because you were home. It was that simple. That was actually quite a terrifying moment. Number 5, Kevin Bacon played Candyman.
Tremors. The only one I could think of.
Film. It was Tremors.
I thought it was Stereo Echoes.
What does Sadeko? Again, if I'm saying that wrong, I do apologise. What does she
Well.
remember before crawling out of the TV?
She came out the well and then out the TV.
In the first Paranormal Activity, what relevant object is
I was right.
catching fire? It was a Ouija board. Number 8, which film from 1987 stars Jack Nicholson, Cher, Susan Sarandon,
Witches of
and
Eastwick.
as 3 single women who experiment with some powers? It is the Witches of Eastwick. Number 9, how does Danny trick Jack during the snowy hedge maze pursuits?
He follows the footprints backwards. I was right
Backwards.
again.
Number 10, which horror icon has the highest body count out of Chucky, Freddy Krueger, Michael Myers, and Jason Voorhees? It was Jason Voorhees by quite a large number. With the next 5 questions, I said, can you guess the horror film from the single screen?
Yeah, it was like only one camper survived.
12 was A Quiet Place.
Yeah.
13 was
That was Frankenstein.
Frankenstein.
No, that was the Evil Dead 2.
Of the Body Snatchers back in 1978.
I disagree. It was the Evil Dead 2.
Pop-up storybook from the Babadook. I'm going to try not to say the voice. It is Mr. Babadook. 17. What is the name of the film featured in Scream 2?
Oh,
which is
Stab.
based on the
Yeah.
movie Scream. The answer is Stab. 18. In which film do you meet a zombie called Bug? And the answer to that
Day
is
of the Dead.
Dead.
Oh.
19. How does Hannah's dad become infected in 28 days later?
Oh, blood drops in
Blood
an eye.
dropped in his eye. 20. What is the name of Leatherface's family? It is
Wow.
Sawyer.
Wow.
21. Who directed The Birds?
Alfred
yeah.
Hitchcock.
We knew that.
Alfred Hitchcock. 22. Which of these is not a George A. Romero film? Out of Dawn of the Dead, Return of the Living Dead, The Crazies, and Bruiser. And
What?
Return of the Living Dead.
What?
23. In what film were two Americans told by the locals in the slaughtered lamb to
American
stay
Werewolf in
on the
London.
road? The answer is American Werewolf in London.
Yeah.
24. Which Oscar-winning actor played a cross-dressing killer in the film Dressed to Kill? It was only Michael Caine.
Michael Caine.
An impression, that was a terrible one. 25. What horror movie has the tagline, "We dare you to say his name 5 times"? And the answer is Candyman. Surely at some
Tony
point
Todd.
we've all stood in the mirror and done
Candyman.
I don't think I could
What is the
watch.
name of the motel in Psycho? It is Bates Motel.
I don't
had
think
the
I could watch
pleasure
that
of
one
going
without
past
Tony
that when I
Todd
did
in
the
it.
studio tour in LA.
Yeah.
Oh my god, gave me goosebumps. 27. How many people died in the film The Babadook? 0.
Oh,
None.
okay.
Does it make it any less terrifying? Not at all. 28. Which of these horror movies did John Carpenter not direct? Out of Christine, Friday the 13th, The Fog, Halloween.
Really?
The answer is Friday the 13th.
All right. Well,
29. What insect-themed monster does Jeff Goldblum play in the
a fly.
1980 movie? It is, of course, a fly.
Brundlefly.
And your final question, which can also be used as a tiebreaker, roughly how many millions of books has Stephen King sold worldwide?
360 million.
And the answer is 350.
I was
million.
damn close.
You were
Got the
damn
same
close.
score as someone else in your household or whoever you're playing with, then
That was a good guess.
Wow.
the winner. Simples. Thank you so much for taking part in this quiz. As I say, there's loads more like it on the channel, so please do check them out. And how did you do? Of course, let me know in the comments below. It's always a pleasure. I'd love
That was fucked up.
Just a little bit.
You know, but I do know that he was writing a book. What was that story? He wrote a book and it scared the hell out of him so bad that it took him a while to finish it because his wife found it in the attic and said, "Okay, you got to finish this." And I can't remember which book that was. I want to say it was Pet Cemetery. You know. Your faces. Yeah, I got those faces too now. See, I didn't have that set up the last time
Yeah, well.
ahead of time.
Oh, well, I'll see. I'm an old man.
I'm the beast from Bray Road.
I'm young. I'm old. I'm young. I'm old. I'm young. I'm old.
Oh, I could do that too. There we go.
Yeah. You look like what's his name in House 2? I remember his name. Royal Dano.
That makes me
He
look.
played Grandpa in House
It
2.
even put wrinkles under the eyes.
Hmm.
I can't believe how much of that you can. I mean, these things are crazy.
You can't do Donald Duck.
No, you sit there. What was it? The Donald Duck blowjob or something?
Oh yeah. Hey. I don't know. There's a whole bunch of things on here.
I haven't even searched half of. I could have be searching it, but I've got other things to do. They're coming out with a new thing on multiverse.
Oh yeah.
So and I'm trying to go back. I need to find somebody to help me to do some runs. I want
Yeah,
to
if
go
I can get
back.
on there.
I want to go back. Well, the last time Mark and I didn't have a problem except him with his shitty connection and then just giving up. I want to go back and I need to get. I can't remember which one that is. It would be. Anyway, it's the red gems and it's season 1. I need to get them up to like as high as I can get them quickly. So I need to go through and do some of the season 1 to get some of those lower gems up there. So,
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
but the whole Batman event is ending in 5 days,
Oh no.
and then they're starting 2 new events, and one of them you get Black Wonder Woman.
Oh,
She
okay.
took over as queen when Diana left whatever that island is that they live on, the Amazons live
Yeah.
on. So
I
she's
forget the name of
supposed to be Diana's sister or something, or half sister. She took over and stayed on the island as queen.
Diana Prince.
Her name's like Nubia or some shit.
Hmm.
She's a real character. There's real comic books based on her and shit. I've never heard of her, and I was a comic book nerd when I was a kid. My brother was a bigger nerd, because he collected some of them too. And I gave him my collection when I left. But
Hmm.
it's like, they could pick better characters. The people that own that game, Warner Brothers, right?
Yeah.
I looked up the characters and the rights to the things that they own.
Right. Oops.
And
Warner Brothers owns quite a bit.
um, there we go.
There
If
you
you
go.
look, I did a search, okay, and um, I found it one day, and I looked up what characters Warner Brother owns,
Right.
okay, and it's like I can't find that site now. I had it.
I mean, it's got to be astronomical. I mean, didn't they acquire the whole Hanna Barbera and all that? I think. Um,
Oh, here we go. Here's that list. Yeah. Well, you've got Baba Louie.
yeah.
They own Babs Bunny, all the Tiny Toons, um,
Tiny, we're
all
tuning.
the Looney
All
Tune
little Looney.
character, Baby Looney Tunes character, Ace Ventura. Uh, these are just naming some of them off. Agent Smith, Agents from the Matrix, the Banana Splits character. That was that means they own Hanna Barbera
Yeah, I mean, and
because
then that,
Banana Splits was Hanna Barbera.
yeah, and then that opens up a whole other thing. I mean, you got the
Well,
Flintstones,
yeah,
you
the
got
Hair Bear Bunch.
yeah, uh, like all the yeah. There was tons of Hanna Barbera cartoons back in the 70s. I mean, all
Yeah,
kinds of
and you
stuff.
got Batman characters, Amazing World of Gumball,
Yeah,
uh,
yeah.
Beetlejuice,
I'm the ghost with the most baby.
Aquaman. So pretty much all your DC characters. They own all the DC
Like the Super
characters,
Friends.
right?
Wonder Twin powers activate.
You know, And this list just gets bigger and bigger. You got Pinky and the Brain. Now there would be some ones to have on that game.
Pinky, are you pondering the same thing I'm pondering? I think so, Bray, but where are we going to find rubber pants in all size?
And it looks like the uh, characters from the Fresh Prince of Bel Air,
Wow.
because they showed Carlton as one of them. They could add, they still could add like Daffy, Yosemite Sam, the Coyote Roadrunner. Multiverse could become huge if they worked on it, because they own a lot of fucking characters. And I'm just getting to, and this is all in alphabetical order.
I don't know how to do the Carlton thing.
You know, Gizmo from Gremlins, but we know that because it's part of it already.
Yeah, and that was Howie Mandel.
A Godzilla character,
Oh, that's
Speedy
the
Gonzalez.
I wonder.
Andre.
I guess then he owns his cousin Slowpoke.
Slowpoke, yeah, the stoner. You know why he was slow? He was stoned out of his mind the whole
He
time.
was. He was.
Frodo Baggins.
Wow.
Freddy Krueger.
Welcome to prime time, bitch.
Well, and I'm just getting to the I's in the alphabet, and I'm just skimming over and naming some of them. I mean, Larry Bird. You could add another basketball player. Man, they could really. Holy shit. With all that they own, they could really be bringing out like a couple of new characters a week at the rate that and they'd never run out of things. Wow. Instead of bringing, I like that. Instead of bringing the ones that you can't get anything. I got like all this built up fighter currency.
Yeah.
And I can't buy any fighters anymore. It's like, why not come out with a new one every week?
They could. There's enough characters.
I didn't even
like,
get
all the different
halfway
things
through
there.
the alphabet, and I bet there was at least. I was about at like K.
Right,
Right
you
around
got like
K.
Josie and the Pussycats and
Jabberjaw.
Jabberjaw. Yeah. Jabberjaw, who was, not loosely, but
Speed
very
Buggy.
much based on Curly from the Three Stooges.
How about Speed Buggy?
Yeah. Zoom zoom.
That was a pretty good impression. I mean, they could bring a lot into that Warner Brothers multiverse game.
Yeah. You think about the Laugh Olympics that they had. That was
Oh,
Hanna-Barbera.
man.
And they had all the characters on there.
Yogi. Everybody, all the Hanna-Barbera characters that you could think of were on that cartoon, that one
Hey,
cartoon.
boo-boo, let's get the picnic basket.
You even had the Mystery Machine and everybody.
But Yogi, you know what Ranger Rick said. Oh, fuck the Ranger Boob. Ew, I don't want to do that.
You had Scrappy Doo. What was the elder one? The hillbilly.
Oh.
Yeah, like a hillbilly Scooby Doo.
Yeah. And then you had oh my god. Dino Mutt.
Hong Kong Fooey.
Yo, number one super guy.
You know,
You know,
man.
there was a lot. You know, and then you had your obvious ones. You know, your exit stage right, stage left, even. You know, and you be dog.
You know.
There's a shit ton that they could bring out on that.
Oh yeah, and especially, I mean, they got Hanna Barbera. They own the rights to Hanna Barbera.
That's
Plus,
huge.
you know, having all the Warner Brother cartoons from that generation. That's a those two alone are just a huge fucking list.
I mean, hell, they have Tom and Jerry in it. You know, why not expand on that? You know, I mean, because if they have Tom and Jerry, then chances are they have the whole
You know,
Woody Woodpecker, Chili Willy.
I've been playing this game for a while now. I've got all the characters unlocked, and like the show being a, I know Don hates this show. He's glad it got canceled.
Oh, Velma. No, no, no. That
But
that should have
see,
never been
instead
made.
of adding Velma to the multiverse, they should have added Scooby.
He should be in there. I mean, Shaggy's in there, and
Right.
you do see Velma in the cut scenes and stuff. But it's the old Velma. It's not the new Velma. You know.
You know, I just you know, there's just some things I would be doing differently.
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
They could make a bigger deal about this. You know.
You know, I started playing my Xbox again. I don't know if I'm gonna renew the Ultimate Game Pass or not.
Mm.
Because then I can get games for the computer plus the thing, but after the last thing that happened to me, it kind of pissed me off.
I haven't played a console since the Xbox 360.
Well, I was trying to do a cheat in a roundabout way. Okay, I was going to play the multiverse. I was going to create another account on my Xbox, and I was going to take that person in so I could get, you know, do it, get all these stars through all of
Right.
them. No, didn't work. It kind of wiped out my account over here. So then I had to start completely over.
Well, when we get done here, I'm going to throw some clothes in the wash, and then I'll come back up here and I'll try to start it, see if it starts up.
Okay, let's just go like this. We're gonna end it since Mark kind of.
Well, yeah, he froze up and he left.
Yeah, he's been having a problem ever since I dropped StreamYard,
That's weird.
and he was also having a problem with StreamYard too. You know,
Crazy.
I think it's the town he lives in
The internet,
hasn't got updated wiring yet.
right?
And
be.
I forgot to ask him, and he'd probably say, you know, bitch at me. But if he just hardwire his my computer is wired,
Yeah, mine too.
but I can also run it on Wi-Fi as well.
I have over 100 feet of cable running through my house
Right.
right now.
I
so
got
can
about
have
50
this.
feet running from one side of the room to the other across the ceiling, and I have no problems.
I don't
But
even.
like I said, out here, I don't pay for the internet. It's on the community's account, so it's part of the condo fee. So we probably got the business connection thing because it's a business account, so we take priority.
Gonna buy me a condo.
But he's also in like a cellular dead zone,
Gonna buy me a crazy
you
house.
know, where if he would try to call on his cell phone from his
Right.
house, it would go out sometimes
Ah,
because there's a lot of dead spots out there.
the wall property. Got the wallet full of
So
credit
next
cards.
week we're gonna have a Halloween special. So this
Next
month,
week?
no, this month.
Oh,
At
I was
the
gonna
end,
say next week's not Halloween.
our last special, our last show of this month falls on Halloween. So we have, we have to do something really good for that. So anyway, we'll be back next week. Have fun, stay safe, and remember, anything's possible.
Could be.
Well, we can always just leave this